Hey everyone, we are back here on Mountain Connections and we are joined by the Salt Lake Shred. We're here with Harmony as well as Isaac. Thank you both so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for having us.
We are very interested about this season, about this team. It's a new team. You guys are in your first season, but you're having a whole lot of success. How have things been going so far?
They've been going really, really great. We are a brand new team, like you mentioned, in the Western Division. We were one of 3 teams added. Portland and Colorado also added a team this season. And so far we are 9-2, and just last week we beat LA to clinch the number 2 seed in the Western Division. So we're going to have a home playoff game, really exciting opportunity.
Harmony, how exciting is it for you specifically to have a home playoff game, to be building a team here in Salt Lake that is growing so quickly?
It's wonderful. We went into the season knowing that we could play with the big boys, and the first game we were up against the West Division champions. They've won the last 2 years, and we took them down pretty easily, and we beat them again this year to secure the spot. And so it was just really nice to know that we are in the right spot. We're playing with the right people here.
Yeah, Isaac, the team seems to have a whole lot of talent that is coming through. Where are you finding this talent from?
Yeah, I think one of our kind of grounding principles is that it all comes back to the youth. We have a lot of college talent. We pull from BYU, Utah Valley University, Utah State University, University of Utah, and we're really lucky to have some really talented players from out of state playing with us as well. But kind of philosophically, it comes back to a lot of these players started in high school and got really good coaching and really solid youth fundamentals. So that's where, in my opinion, most of the talent comes from.
Yeah, and Harmony, I know that you are actually kind of directly involved in some of this youth development. You have kids that all play. You actually have one who specifically is a national champion recently. Could you tell us a little bit about how the youth are being built up in this sport?
Yes, well, for Ultimate, we think that you need to start young, and we love the fact that we were able to bring a professional team here. But with the Salt Lake Shred, we also have part of our company is Ultimate Play, is part of our developmental, and we have community teams for the youth, all the way starting from 8 years old and up through high school, and that's what we're hoping to develop our own players right here in Utah. We have so much talent. Lone Peak High School right here in Utah just won the high school nationals. So, and the girls took 5th also. So we have the best talent right here. We don't need to bring anybody in, and we're just happy to show that we have that.
Yeah, Isaac, specifically speaking on talent, this team is 9-2, like you mentioned, 2nd in the Western region. Where do you think this team plays out in the playoffs? How do you think this team adds up versus the New Yorks, the North Carolinas, the Colorados?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So far, we've had 2 chances at playing Colorado. We did unfortunately lose both of them, and have played, but we've played them very, very tight. It was just a 1-point game the first time we played them. And San Diego, we've played some really tight games with as well. They'll be the 3 seed coming in. So our home game, you don't want to look past the mark. Our first game is against San Diego. We think it'll be really tight and a really fun matchup. But kind of coming into the season, we didn't think that we needed a couple years to practice and work our way up to play the best competition in the AUDL. We feel like from the way that we've played, we can be ready now, and there's a chance that if we go in with good preparation and we play a hard-fought game, that we could, really compete at that level.
Harmony, I know that the sport is growing very quickly, but I also know that the support around this team is growing very quickly. Can you tell us a little bit about the amount of people that are coming to these games and the type of energy that we're getting at Zions Bank Stadium?
Yes, we have such a great crowd. Our first home game here, our first game, first season, everything, we actually almost broke the record for AUDL for the highest attendance ever, and that includes during the weekend with the championship weekend. And so we've had great crowds. We had about 2,000 people to our first game. We're consistently at 800. We would love to have anyone that wants to come out to Zion Bank Stadium. We have just the best crowd, like I said.
What do you attribute that to? Like how are people learning about this team, and how are people, is it just through word of mouth? Is it social media? How are you connecting to your audience?
We have social media. We have Instagram. We have a website. We have billboards, but a lot of it is word of mouth. And once people come, they want to come again.
It seems like that's kind of like the sport. There's a lot of up-and-coming sports that people say you have to go to this event because it's unlike anything else. Is that what you specifically attribute this to as well?
Yeah, I think that's kind of our pitch. We think it's a really, really exciting game, very fast-paced. You know, teams will score upwards of 20 points per game, so, you know, very high-paced, very fast. But also, it's very simple to understand. It plays a lot like a combination of football and soccer. It's kind of free-flowing like soccer is, but, you know, it scores a lot more than soccer does. So it's very fast-paced, really fun to watch, a lot of really big, athletic, fun plays, but also kind of simple to understand, and it's a great time as a result.
Would it be fair to say that it's almost a combination of like soccer and football in terms of end zones and things like that, but it's not disc golf, it's not throwing towards a target, you have a moving target who is your teammates.
Yeah.
Is that more?
Yeah, definitely moving target. I think, well, last time I wore kind of a Fitbit while I was playing, I ran about a 5K over the course of a game, and it wouldn't surprise me if there were players running a whole lot more than I do. So really, really a lot of athleticism and a lot of speed.
So there's a game this Friday, and there's a game, as playoffs go on, you're going to be having more games. One is going to be at least here in Utah, is that correct?
Yeah, they'll both be here in Utah, actually, the playoff games. If we win our first playoff game, we'll go and play in Colorado. But yeah, we have a game this coming Friday, the July 29th, against the Portland Nitro at Zions Bank Stadium. And we have a game August 13th. That'll be against the San Diego Growlers. That'll be the playoff game. We'll be playing that at Judge Memorial High School up in Salt Lake. You can get tickets for both of those games at saltlakeshred.com, and we'd encourage everyone to come out.
Well, Isaac, Harmony, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. We will be right back here on Mountain Connections in just a little bit.